Hi everyone, welcome back. Today's topic is about a business analysis which can be applied to any kind of business, either it be a small scale business or a large scale business. It is quite popular and most successful business analysis that can be applied to any segment of the economy. And today's topic, guys, it's Porter's five forces. And this theory was developed by a Harvard University professor, Michael E. Porter, and he is an economist too. Now, what is Porter's five forces? What Porter has developed? Now, Porter has identified five different competitive strategies. Competitive strategies that helps an industry to identify, to analyze the industrial structure, its own strengths, its weaknesses, to develop a competitive strategy. Have you ever thought that in spite of manufacturing same kind of product from different industries still have different levels of profitability? And Porter's five forces helps an industry to analyze, to understand the level of competitiveness in the market and to enhance the level of profitability in the long run. And now these are the Porter's five forces: threat of entry, bargaining power of buyers, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of suppliers, and industry rivalry. And let us see one after the other what Porter has got to explain us, that how a competitiveness can be managed and how to understand a company's current position and to make changes in their strategies to sustain in the market. Now, first force is threat of new entrants. If there is an existing company and they are kind of monopolist in what they are manufacturing, and if another company jumps into the market to manufacture same kind of product, and there is a threat for this company. So first thing is that amount of capital required. If at all the existing company's manufacturing product requires less amount of capital, less amount of investment in machineries or in land buildings, then obviously many companies would come into the market. Many companies would jump into the market in manufacturing the product that what the existing company is actually manufacturing. Now the customers have an substitute, and there are possibilities that the existing company would lose their customers because they have a substitute product. So if at all the amount of capital required is less, then eventually lot of people, lot of companies would establish their manufacturing unit. Now, second point under threat of new entrants is retaliation by existing companies. Now, a new company emerges into the market in manufacturing a product that's been already manufactured by another company, and now existing company is not able to retaliate the new company if they are not able to tackle the new company's product with their strategies like product differentiation or technological advancement. If at all they lack in that, if at all they are not able to retaliate the new company, and there are possibilities that the customers would switch to their company, maybe because of product differentiation or technological advancement or product quality. And next point under threat of new entrants is brand reputation. Now, in spite of an existing company manufacturing a quality product, but still a new company is entering into the market that has a very good brand image, that has a very good brand reputation, where it has already created a goodwill among the people, and there are possibilities that the customers would switch over to the new brand because of the brand reputation that the company already has, that the company has already earned it. Now, for example, in spite of Harley Davidson entering into the Indian market, but still most of the customers are sticking to Royal Enfield because of the brand reputation that Royal Enfield has already created. The bikes are sturdy, ergonomically good, cost effective, and people believe the brand is to be superior. And this is something that it takes a lot of effort, a lot of strategies to make sure the customers have a look at their product. And next point is product differentiation under threat of new entrants. Well, product differentiation, it is a very essential tool. It is very essential in today's financial climate. where it is like the seller has to contrast its own product with the competing products to emphasize uh, his products, to emphasize its product that it is superior than its competing products. For example, an existing mobile manufacturing company produces phone that has two rear cameras, dual cameras, and now a new company enters into the market, which is technically advanced, and they come up with a product that has three cameras in the rear view. I mean, three cameras in the rear. And now the product differentiation, what the new company has brought up is three cameras, and this becomes an attractive point for the customers because there is a product differentiation that the new company has made. And now this three camera is a product differentiation that what the new company has made. Now product differentiation is a tool that bringing changes in the product that's already been sold in the market, and that change becomes an attractive point for the customers to look into your product. And product differentiation is very essential in today's market, today's financial climate, to be honest. Now next point is economics of scale. Now for example, a company is manufacturing a product and they are selling to their customers at a certain price, and now a new company enters into the market. Then they are technically strong, capitally strong, and they have a very effective marketing strategies. And the new company has the ability to manufacture the products in large quantity, where they sell the product to their customers at a much lower price than the existing price in the market. Customers get attracted to their product, and now their motive is to sell the products in large numbers by reducing the cost. For example, Maruti Suzuki, they provide a car with all the features, and the price of the car is also competitively low, and the price is very competitive. And now their motive is to sell in huge numbers. Their profit is, and now the selling price is comparatively lower than the market price. For example, Volkswagen sells a car at a price point of 10 lakhs with all the features. Suzuki manufactures a car and they are selling it under 10 lakhs just because the price of the car is much lesser, and in spite of the profit that they are going to earn in one unit is less than Skoda, but still they are going to sell it to a huge number of customers and they are going to eventually make more profit than Skoda. So this is economics of scale. Now next point is sunk cost. Well, sunk cost, or the money that is invested by a company is gone forever. For example, a company wants to develop a product and they are directing some amount of fund in R&D department, and the money is utilized to develop a product, and the output of that research becomes a failure. Now the money that has been invested are completely gone. It can't be retrieved. It is gone forever. For example, an automotive company wants to develop a kind of engine, and they have directed a huge amount in developing an engine, and now government of India comes with an act that it should come under, that the engine should come under BS4 or BS6 compliance. And if at all the product that's been developed by the company doesn't come under their compliance, and now the money invested in developing that particular engine becomes a failure, it becomes a total loss, and the money is totally gone forever. And this is sunk cost, which cannot be retrievable. The money that has been invested, the money that has been directed for business activities cannot be retrieved. And now coming to the next force by Porter is bargaining power of suppliers. Now first point is suppliers bargaining power. Now for example, a company is manufacturing a product and that product requires raw materials that are bought from a very few suppliers, for example one or two suppliers, And now the power moves to the suppliers because the entire factory depends on the raw material what he supplies to the factory. Now he has the power and he can negotiate, he can increase the price that directly increase the cost of production, and eventually it increases the cost of selling price. Now supplier has the direct power to dominate the price. But the company, for example, if the company switching cost from one supplier to another supplier is high, and now if the company is not able to afford that, then supplier, what the supplier fixes is the price that has a direct impact on the selling price as well. And next point is forward integrate under bargaining power of suppliers. Forward integrate, well, for an example, if a company is manufacturing a product and the product's raw material is a scarce resource, and eventually there are very few suppliers, and now there are possibilities that the supplier himself would establish a plant because he can supply raw materials to his own company, and now the power moves to the suppliers, and these are the possibilities that the suppliers has the power, and he can manufacture his own product rather than supplying it to another industry. And next point is few substitute. It is like forward integrate. For example, if a company manufactures a product and the raw materials is supplied by very few suppliers, there are very few suppliers for the raw materials, and now the switching cost between suppliers is also high, and just because of this, the negotiation power moves to the supplier. The supplier, what he fixes the raw material cost directly impact with the cost of selling price. And next point is scarce resources. Well, as I said, if the raw material that's been supplied by the supplier is a scarce resource, the power eventually moves to the suppliers in terms of negotiating with the cost of raw material. For example, if a company has a big network, they have network throughout the world, and now they want to export cashew nuts, and now cashew nuts are grown in very fewer regions in India, and the suppliers are very limited. Now what the supplier of the cashew nut fixes the price becomes the cost of raw material for the company, and it directly relates with the cost of selling price as well. Next point is cost of switching. Now if a company manufactures a product by purchasing raw material from a supplier, and if at all they are not satisfied with the price or something, and now they want to switch the supplier of the raw material, and to switch among suppliers, if at all it takes a lot of time or money, now the power moves to the supplier. Now we have seen the bargaining power of suppliers, and previously threat of new entrants. And next, Porter's force is bargaining power of buyers. Now first point is size of buyers. For example, if a company has a huge customers for a product it manufactures, and just because of small fluctuation in price, for example, there is a small hike in price, and because of that they are going to lose a huge number of customers because there are a lot of substitute products, and now the power moves to the buyers. Now the company has to stick on to the price what the customer has previously purchased their product. And next threat is buyers cost of switching suppliers. Now for example, if a company is manufacturing a product and selling it to its customers, and now there is a small hike in price or a small change in the quality of the product, and if at all from buyer's point of view the switching cost of suppliers is low, then they will immediately lose the customers. For example, if a company is manufacturing soap and there is a fan base for that particular soap, now there is a small change in price and product quality, and the people have an immediate alternative because there are numerous of soap that's been manufactured and supplied by different companies, so the switching cost becomes very less. They have an immediate alternative. So because of this, the buyer has the power and the company has to stick on to the price and the level of quality, everything to be in the same segment. And next point is there are many substitutes. Yes, there are many substitutes to almost all the products in the market nowadays. Um, Few monopolistic companies like Coca-Cola, Pepsi doesn't have much substitutes, but generally most of the products like automobiles, like cosmetics, has a lot of substitutes, and people tend to move from one product to and the buyer's cost of moving from one product to another product is very cheap nowadays. For example, if uh, if I like a product, if I like a product for its quality and the price is good, and now there is a fluctuation price, and I have an immediate alternative with the same quality at a lesser price, I would immediately switch over to that. Next point is price sensitive. Well, most of the customers are price sensitive. In spite of the quality of the product, still people are price sensitive and they switch to immediate substitute product. For example, even though Skoda cars manufactures top quality products, still people switch to Maruti Suzuki very particularly because of price, very particularly because of price sensitiveness, because it's comparatively cheaper than Skoda, in spite of knowing Skoda makes better products than Suzuki. And next, forces threat of substitutes. As I said, it's similarly to the buyer's power. Number of substitutes. Well, it totally depends on the price and the product quality. If there is a hike in price or change in product quality that doesn't satisfy my need, I have a lot of substitutes to switch over that actually satisfy my price sensitiveness and my expectations. Next point is performance of substitute, and this is very very important. For example, if a company is manufacturing a product and it is selling to its customer at a certain price, and now a new company is entering into a market and they are technically advanced and they manufacture a product better than the existing product and the price is very competitive, me being a customer, I would switch over to that particular product because I get more than what I pay for. And now the existing company has to invest a huge money in R&D department to match with the product that's been brought by the new company, and this is a new threat for the company. Uh, they have to refresh the entire process to make sure that it matches with the new company's product level, product quality. Next point is cost of changing. Me being a customer to a product, and if there is an price hike or change in the product quality, I have an immediate alternative that satisfy my needs. I can switch over to another product, and it implies with the supplier as well from company point of view. If the suppliers are less, the power is with the suppliers. What they fix for the raw material becomes the cost of raw materials for the company. And if at all the company has lot of suppliers, and now if a supplier increases the cost of raw material, they have the option to switch over to another supplier who supplies raw material at a lesser price. Well, cost of changing is something that implies for both the buyers and to the suppliers as well, in terms of substitutes of products, either it be a raw material or a selling product. And now it is about the existing competitors. It is exceptional with the industries that manufacture monopolistic products, but most of the products that are manufactured have many competitors, and product differentiation and other marketing skills actually helps a company to sustain in the market. And now, first point is number of competitors. To put it straight, if there are number of competitors, it eventually leads to number of substitutes to the buyers. For example, if the manufacturers of a particular product are huge in numbers, and just because of that a particular company can make huge profit by manufacturing that kind of product. For example, let's take pen. There are Reynolds, Lynx, Cello, and there are many companies that manufacture pen. In spite of bringing product differentiation and marketing strategy, beyond that, a normal pen can't be sold more than 10 rupees because Other companies are manufacturing a good writing pen at a price of rupees 10. If at all a company innovates, brings in a new technology and a vigorous marketing strategy and a product differentiation can help in uh, hiking the price of that particular product. But beyond that, a normal pen is sold for rupees 10. And next point is industry growth rate and size. And next point is industry growth rate and size. Previously explained about economics of scale. If a company is able to manufacture a lot of product, and if they have the facility to manufacture huge number of products, and then they can reduce the cost of selling price because they can sell it to huge number of customers, they have the ability to manufacture that amount of products to sell to a huge number of customers. So the company's growth rate depends with the strategies, internal strategies and competitive strategies that they bring in for to survive in the market. And then the size of the company, the production ability of the company also plays a big role in uh, developing a company. If at all the existing company is comparatively smaller than the new entering company, then they have the advantage of capturing the customers by selling at a lower cost. And next one is product differentiation. As I said, product differentiation is nothing but the seller has to contrast his own product to either to highlight the features of his products. For example, let's take automotive sector. Tata, Maruti Suzuki, Renault, they all manufactures car. And now Kia has taken Kia has blown away the SUV segment. They started dominating the SUV segment because they differentiated their product with looks, their ergonomics, their sturdy riding quality, and just because of these differentiation, they took a wave and they now started dominating the SUV segment. Now, competitor size. Now, if a company is able to manufacture more products at a lesser time than its competitors, and if they are technically advanced, they take an edge. They will be able to manufacture more products. They can manufacture in at a less cost because of technologically advanced equipments, and because of their size, they're able to manufacture number of products and they will be able to sell to huge number of customers. And just because of this economics of scale, the cost of selling price would be less than the competitors and they can easily attract customers. Next point is customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is an attachment towards a brand because the company has developed a goodwill, a brand among the customers by either by price fixing or by marketing strategy or producing quality products. So people would never choose for a substitute and they stick on to a particular brand. For example, Royal Enfield, as I said before. And next point is threat of horizontal integration. Please listen carefully, it's an important point. If a company manufactures a product and the plant is really huge, and just because of the concept of economic of scales, they are able to produce large number of products and sell the products at a lesser price, and now the competitors are directly um, getting into trouble because they are not able to push their product. Now, in order to compete with this huge plant, two or three small manufacturing companies merge together, that is horizontal integration, to compete with a big plant to make sure that the plant becomes huge, and now they will be able to manufacture large number of quantities at a lesser price. And vertical integration is totally a different concept. It is like the acquisition of a small companies. If a huge company, a large scale plant will be able to purchase another company to make sure there is no competitors. Next point is level of advertising. Well, advertising plays a major role in pushing their product to highlight the product differentiation that's been introduced into that product, to establish a goodwill in the product, and to make the customer aware of the presence of a particular company. And advertisement plays a major role in promoting products, company image. And next one is, please have a look at it. For example, the attractive and high profits or the high barriers to entry. As I said, the capital, weak suppliers bargaining power. If the suppliers, and next thing is, this is very very important. It is like a blueprint. It's like a compressed format of Porter's five forces. It's like if an industry needs to be if an industry wants to make high profits, it is like high barriers to enter. For example, capital and technological advancement. Weak suppliers bargaining power. If the company has a lot of suppliers to purchase raw materials, the power is with the purchasing power is with the company. And weak buyers bargaining power. If at all it's a monopolistic product, and if they are not having much substitutes, and now once again the company can make higher profit by fixing high price. Few substitute to the products. As I said, if it is a monopolistic product, for example Coke, Pepsi, the price they fix becomes the price for the particular product. Low competition. If they are monopolistic, or if they have low competition, the price that's been fixed will be the price for the buyers. And now, what are the unattractive industries that can make low profits? As I said, low barriers to enter. If the capital is less, and if the product manufacturing process is very easy, now a lot of competitors will eventually get into the market in manufacturing the product. And strong suppliers bargaining power. As I said, if a company depends on few suppliers, and the power eventually moves to the suppliers, because the entire company runs because of the raw material they supply, so they can eventually increase the price. Strong buyers bargaining power. And if at all the product has a lot of substitutes, the power eventually moves to the buyers. Next is lot of substitutes. If there is any change in the product quality or price or hike in price, eventually the people can move to a better substitute products. And intense competition. And if there are a lot of manufacturers, if there are a lot of manufacturers to if there are a lot of manufacturers in manufacturing a particular product, and just because of that there become a lot of competitions, and eventually it creates a lot of substitutes. Well, the industry can't make much profit out of manufacturing something that's immensely manufactured by other competitors. And these are the Porter's five forces. And hope you liked it. It is a quite long session. Hope you liked it. And thank you for watching. Until then, take care. Goodbye.